Welcome back. Wingman's Hangar, episode 31. We keep marching on thanks to you guys. We're having a great time here at Cloud Imperium. We're bringing you along for the ride. In case you're new to the 30,000 plus new people, this is kind of an inside look at what goes on each week at Cloud Imperium with a focus on the community because frankly, without you, there's no us, and we appreciate that. So coming up today, we got the Week in Review. We have forum feedback with lead designer Rob Irving. We have Wide World News with our special guest reader, Michael Moreland. And we have an interview with Ted Beargeon, otherwise known as Beargeon. You want to watch for that alone, trust me. Let's get right to it. We have entered crunch mode. This is the Week in Review, baby. We've entered crunch mode. That's right. We're going to push towards the first release of Hangar 1, the very first release. And so the actual last day where we lock down the code is August 2nd. So we are now all working long hours to get the Hangar to a level which you guys are going to enjoy. Get some things in there for you to play with and do and check your ships out, get the ships ready. There's just a lot to do. I mean, this is really a small-sized game release for you, and it's our first one, so we want to make sure it's a doozy. Planning for Gamescom continues. Man, Sandy is leading the charge, and she is biz-nizzy. We are doing a big live event. There's 1,000, 1,100 people coming to that thing. It's going to be a really exciting time. Chris is going to reveal the Hangar. It's going to be ready for download at that point. I think you guys are going to really like that. There's a lot of machinations going on behind the scenes. And if you want to support that thing and the party, get you a trophy for your Hangar. There's a Gamescom trophy you can purchase for a couple bucks. That'll help defray the costs of the event. The Amazing Space. What's the Amazing Space? Well, we thought we would take a look around and maybe have a trivia challenge based on geocaching the Friday before the big event. So we're gonna put that up in the forums and see how many of you guys might be interested in doing that with us and kind of outline exactly how that's gonna work. But essentially, you'd get a UEE passport. You'd go up to 5 locations, and you'd get a stamp or signature at each location and answer a trivia question. And at the end, we put all the people that survived the Amazing Space into a hopper at the 5th location, which might just be a beer garden, and we will draw for the winner. What are you going to win? I don't know. Perhaps a Van Duel something? We have to figure that out. But it's going to be really fun. We think it'll be fun. We just want to make sure that there's enough people out there that want to do it. Today, Jump Point comes out. That's right, for the subscribers, the new edition of Jump Point comes out. It's a massive amount of images and text. I know you guys really enjoy seeing that. I mean, we honestly like seeing it too. David Ladyman, which we're going to have on this show at some point in the future coming up, is brilliant at doing that. And our little 6 to 8 pages ends up being about 40 to 50 every month. And we love doing it. We don't like doing anything half measure. And obviously, you guys seem to like it too. If you want to get to see all the jump points, well, you need to become a subscriber, and then you get access to all kinds of cool little stuff that other people do not get. Wow, where are we now? The weight. Well, as we know, I started out at, 236 pounds. Now, after my vacation, and getting back on it, last week I'd made it all the way down to 214. So where am I this week? Well, yeah, that's right, 213. We're back marching the right way. My goal is to be under 2 bills by the time we get to Gamescom because there might be a little beverages consumed there, which might push me a little bit back up. But we're still going the right direction. And now, since Jump Point's out, you guys know what that means. It's our own master thespian, Alistaire Fitzsmithy. Alistaire, that's not easy to say. Everybody try it with me at home. Alistaire Fitzsmithy. He's here giving another reading from Jump Point. Take it away, Alistaire.
Good afternoon, or depending on your worldview, good evening, good morning. Today's excerpt is from a news story by Robert E. Waters. The Cup. Hypatia Daring loved her Origin M50 Turbo more than life. It was banged up, scratched, red and white paint slopped all over. But the plant was sound, the thrusters new and top-notch. In a pinch, she doubted any racer anywhere could match it. Certainly none of the other 24 racers behind her could beat her in a straightaway. But the Murray Cup had very few straightaways. The race starter's voice crackled over the comm link.
Racers, prepare to launch.
Daring turned off her navcomp, strapped herself in, and gave a small prayer. The carrier's bay doors opened to space. She could see LS-3 floating beyond. It was beautiful, green, its orbit peppered with corvettes and the pleasure craft of the well-to-do who had come to view the race firsthand. She focused on the words of the old Tavaran racer, Zogat Ghul. Remember, Hypatia darling, speed is life. Or death, if you're going the wrong way. Daring looked back to get a glimpse of the Tavaran's upgraded Hornet, but he was too far back. Ikande Remisk's M50 was too close to her. By rule, there was a specified distance between racers at the start. She cursed beneath her breath. Someone was already breaking the rule.
Hypatia Daring,
Daring didn't even wait for the spokesman to finish. She burst out of the carrier door at top legal speed. The story continues in issue number 8 of Jump Point. I'm Alistaire Fitzsmithy. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and good night.
Man, he gets better and better every time. I love those readings.
I'm impressed.
So you know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time for...
Forum feedback.
Wow. The voice of the forum feedback. You know, you had something you wanted to say before we get started.
I was thinking.
We're reading the forum feedback.
So now we need to do some forum feedback. Feedback.
Feedback, okay, yep. What do we got to do?
So we may have slightly misinterpreted a question last week.
No.
It happens sometimes, I guess.
It does.
But we were talking about players teleporting into ships, you know, being able to man guns, drop in
That's
man
right.
guns,
That's
right?
right.
And there is a lot of concern out in the community that may lead to some cheating.
Right, okay.
So we just want to reassure everyone that we really are thinking about that. That's not off our radar. We understand that there are possible cheats there, possible advantages there.
Exploits.
We will make sure there are rules for that. We don't know the rules yet, so we can't really answer them. But
that was the question. So
We
that's
are
clarifying
aware.
the
Yes.
question. Okay,
Yes.
good. Well, so there you go. We read the feedback about the feedback.
and we give feedback to that.
And we give feedback to the feedback. We certainly like the feed. Anyway, let's get right to
No
the question,
carbs.
shall we? Yeah, no carbs, right. From Tom, he says, can you explain a little about fuel efficiency? How far will specific ships be able to fly or travel without refueling? Will ships be able to carry fuel for other ships?
That's a lot of questions.
It is, but
So, question number 1. Fuel efficiency, easier for me to say, is based essentially on what thruster you're carrying.
okay.
Now, there's a lot more detail than that, but we can't give it all out yet. Stats are going to start coming out soonish. So you'll
We've got to
understand.
balance those. It's going to be balanced.
There's going to be a lot of balancing to do over the years.
And they'll help us with that.
They will definitely help us with that. As far as how far you can go, we're still working out exactly how far any ship can travel on a tank of fuel. But yes, you can refuel in space. So if you've got your tanker out there and you've got the right attachments to it, you can just pull right up.
Or maybe
grab
like
some fuel.
There you go. What about a belly tank like World War II, where you have the
yeah.
P-51 belly tank? Okay, there you
There
go.
you go.
So, fuel's a commodity. Probably need to be transported as well. There'll be missions for that, so of course. All right, great. Good answer. From Wild Thing, he says, will crew in your ship be able to be killed via explosions or ship damage? For example, if a crew member is operating a turret and that turret gets taken out, will that injure or kill the crew member as well? Additionally, will there be internal explosions, such as ammunition explosions in the missile room of the Idris, that affect crew vitality?
Well, I would think so. I mean, if you're on a ship, you're at risk, right?
Yeah.
You're just flying it. So if your turret explodes,
And you're
it's
in there.
gonna hurt.
It's
gonna hurt.
So yes, that was a short answer, and a good one too.
Internal explosions we don't know about. That one.
Oh,
I'm
that's a
not
good
really sure.
point. Right,
Yeah.
right. Internal explosions, ammunition explosions. I mean, that would be kind of cool. I mean, I think
would be.
it's kind of like you're envisioning the battleship where the torpedo hits the ammunition room and
And then the whole thing just kind of explodes all the way down and sinks.
or just sinks. Not sure how we sink in space, but
Okay.
yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Well, let's get to the next question then. From Oryx 1, how will equipment durability work in Star Citizen?
So equipment does wear out. We've already talked about this a lot of times. Over time, with a lot of use, especially if you're overclocking and you're doing it poorly, equipment wears out, and you'll see some effects as far as its functionality from the wear, and then you'll also see that over time you're going to have to replace parts.
Right. Do you think? Would you get some sort of warning, or you'd notice that the lasers are getting less effective?
Your ship will tell you.
Your ship will tell you.
Yes.
It's like, Hal, you really need new lasers, Hal. I'm tired of these crappy lasers. I can't even dent aluminum.
Maybe
Sorry,
not quite like
my
that.
apologies. Yeah, maybe not exactly. It won't be Hal.
It'll
then.
be closer to
It'll
that.
be closer. It'll be actually much more talent involved in that, probably. Yeah. Especially if it's Nathan Fillion. You guys need to bang his Twitter. From Omricon, he says, "How will colonizing other planets work?"
Wow, big question and
Yeah.
a very small number of words. So we talked about this a little in the economy doc. It's come up that, over time we're going to colonize. So what's going to happen is as the explorers in our universe go out there and find new systems and find new planets, then somebody's going to take an interest and say, let's drop a colony here. And we'll have this big in-game event that goes around that, where first you're bringing out the equipment for terraforming, and then you're bringing out equipment to build the colony
It'll
itself.
generate missions, right?
Exactly,
Right.
tons of missions,
Yeah.
and then bringing out the first colonists, and they set up shop there and start building the shops and stuff they need to live. And then, they set up mines and all that, and then more missions.
Cool. And that sounds pretty fun, actually.
Rinse and repeat.
Yeah, rinse and repeat. And there'll be different types of planets that have
Absolutely.
different types of colonies, and, all that kind of stuff plays into it. So a very good question, by the way. From Amorphous Bob, will there be more than one hangar module revealed before the dogfight alpha? Like more ship customization elements, decorations, sounds, and general additional awesomeness.
Heck yeah! The awesomeness just won't stop coming.
CIG's awesomeness. We're committed to awesomeness.
That's right, sucking, not allowed. Awesomeness
No,
required.
don't suck.
Don't suck.
But be awesome.
awesome.
Everybody awesome. So, but there will be more than one hangar.
Oh
right?
yeah, the
even
hangar's
even
gonna
in the
keep
first
iterating.
iteration.
Yeah.
I mean, even in the first one, we've got 3 types of hangars.
Mm-hmm.
So it says, will there be more than one hangar module revealed before the dogfight alpha? So yeah, I
We're
mean,
gonna
right,
keep launching editions of it over and over and over.
right. But during the first reveal, there's what? What are the
There are
different
3
types?
hangars. There's the discount hangar,
Discount
the
hangar,
business hangar,
The business
and
hangar.
the deluxe hangar,
and the deluxe hangar,
which is very, very fancy indeed.
which is more than one.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very, very cool. And we'll always be adding decorations and things to do in your hangar as you go forward. You can bling
Absolutely.
out. And at some point, we'll have a hangar of the week on the Wingman's Hangers show. Yeah, that'll be fun.
It's like Inception.
It's Inception, except way better. From Fillier, he says, can you give us hints about stealth gameplay? Will we be able to spy on players, fleets, and guilds?
Well, I mean, spying. I don't know about spying, but as far as stealth, it's just like we were talking about the fuel efficiency. Some parts are designed to have a less of a signature. Some parts are designed to just max out their output, so they are going to show up right on the radar. So stealth isn't really about hiding and cloaking. It's about keeping your signature down.
All right, okay, that makes sense. So you're sort of less noticeable by others. Now, will we handle that in the server side? Like if you're, on the if you're more stealthy or you're more, what was the word you were using just now? That it's
You mean your profile?
your profile is lower. Will that be less chance for you to be into a PvP event because of that? I wonder. Maybe. Sorry to hit you
know.
with a question. I don't know. But, I mean, it sort of makes sense, doesn't it? But we'll see. I guess we'll have to figure that out. But-
Maybe they just don't see you for longer, so you can sneak up.
Yeah, sneak up. I like that. Okay, cool. From Emery, my question is on story elements. I've read a bunch of places that the UEE is kind of like Rome, just before the fall. I'm truly pumped about living in that world, but I wonder, will it be possible to save the UEE, to try to clean up the corruption and repel the invaders? Or will the UEE, like Rome, slowly come apart no matter what we do?
You may be able to have some effect on what happens, but we're still juggling around lots of different story arcs. Believe me, we're not locked into just one answer. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on in that universe.
Right, and it's not going to... Rome didn't crumble. It took, decades, centuries for Rome to actually crumble, so... we're even spread out further, so it could be a while. Rome split in 2, right? West,
Yeah,
east.
it might
so-
crack a little.
Yeah, everybody cracks a little. From Cordis, for those of us that play primarily solo, will we be able to activate a distress call so nearby PCs or NPCs can assist?
Yes. Yes, you can call for a space taxi or AAA to come out and fix your ship, or the fuel guy to come out and bring you fuel.
Right, or, and that's another reason to play with friends, too, or you don't necessarily have to be playing as a group like you do in some other MMOs, but, you could have friends that have jobs, or you're in a guild, or whatever, that you can call out to in times of need, for whatever that need may be.
And it may be other players, it may just be random good Samaritans who come to help you, or it may be NPCs who come to help you.
Yeah, I wonder if you could set, we only want good, lawful good people to come help, or something like that, and that way
You just say lawful good.
I did say lawful good. Well, I'm a dork.
Geek meter!
Yeah, well, danger, Will Robinson, danger. From Jamonda, he says, will there be a stock market?
Probably not.
I know one other person that wants to know the answer.
I know a lot of people who want to know the answer to that. The
One
answer
of
for
our
now
chat
is-
Rolians really wants to
Yeah.
know. Idolonius was, and I'm looking at you, Idolonius.
Yeah.
He really wants to know this too.
Right now, no plans for it. As anything we ever say, it's subject to change if someone decides that maybe a stock market should be there.
Yep. So for now, no.
For now,
we'll
no.
have to see. I mean, because that affects the economy and how it's all gonna work. And if it might be neat, but it might be one of those things we really have to think about how to model correctly to where it
Yeah.
doesn't blow everybody up or blow the things out of the water. All right. We have a video today. Only one video, so
Only
but
one.
that's all right. But it's a really good one. It's a powerful one from M. Palman and Sarzu. They sent in this.
We are colonial movers, and we move anywhere.
My finger really hurts.
Really?
Yeah.
Never mind, how's the ship?
Total loss. But our lifetime insurance covers it, and we're getting a new one as we speak delivered to our hangar. Also, I went by the RSI Museum, and we got this artifact to deliver.
An artifact? What is it?
It's something that is not present in nature, but made by artificial means. But that's not important right now. How are you?
A bit in pain. Dear Wingman, will there be a healthcare or health insurance that will extend the amount of injuries a character can sustain before they permanently die? Because as you can see, I need it. What kind of artifact?
Ela.
I don't get it.
Put me down this instant!
Sorry?
Pretty cool video, huh? Not bad. So what do you think? Are you going to be able to get insurance to allow you to sustain a little more damage?
Sure. There will be ways of handling that, yeah.
We're just not going to tell them right away what it's going to be.
We don't know all the answers yet.
True, we don't know all the answers to that, but that is a good question, and look for that coming up. Thanks a lot, Rob, for joining us on Forum
You're welcome.
Feedback. And guess what is back on the show this week?
What?
Most Valuable Post with our own Ben Lesnick. Take it away!
Hey everybody, Most Valuable Post is back. I'm Ben Lesnick, Community Manager, and I'm here to tell you what the best post at the Star Citizen Forums was this week. This week, the award has to go to Protection for his comic, Chris Roberts has returned to save all PC gaming. You guys have to check this out. Here's the URL. That cartoon Chris Roberts just melts your heart. Here's to hoping that he has further adventures. Now, on another topic, there have been some conflicts at the forums recently. So I'm here to warn you, if you cause problems with the moderators, you're gonna get the Ben Hammer. Ben Lesnick signing off.
Thanks, Ben. And now let's take a look back in time in This Week in Space.
August 3rd, 2004, and NASA's Messenger probe launches into space atop its Delta II launch vehicle. Destination, Mercury. But no express train for this little spacecraft. Mercury is deep within the sun's gravity well. Instead, Messenger will perform several gravity assist maneuvers to manage its descent towards the sun, harnessing the planets Earth, Venus, and Mercury itself in a 4.9 billion mile trip around the solar system. Almost 8 years after its launch, Messenger will once again fire its thruster rockets and begin its historic orbit around the solar system's innermost planet. Messenger, extending man's understanding of its mercurial neighbor. in space.
I love those segments. And now, the video you don't want to miss. Sandy Gardner interviews our own Ted Beargeon. Unbelievable.
Hi, everybody. I'm here with Ted Beargeon, our senior concept artist.
One of two.
All right. Ted, so tell us what you do here at Star Citizen.
Concept art.
Okay. And?
Spaceships.
A bit more of an elaboration would be good.
Science fiction.
Okay.
Detailed realism.
Okay. Well, this is... I'm a little bit stunned right now. What about your background then? Come on, let's go there.
This is the third studio I've worked at. Game industry for over 8 years now. That's about it.
Okay. And how did you come to us?
I found out, I saw the demo, the video, and I was excited about it. So I started stalking everyone on LinkedIn, trying to connect with people. Connected with Eli on Facebook.
Okay.
Pestered you until you let me in.
All right. And you'd obviously heard of Chris Roberts before?
Yes. Oh, this is the question. Another bit that I've been dreading. Yes, I've heard of Chris Roberts, but I have not played.
That's okay.
Any of the games.
It's all right. Just between you and me, I haven't either.
Don't.
Shh. Let's not tell anybody.
But I will. I'll get around to it.
All right, everybody. This is. Well, wait. But we haven't talked about what you're looking forward to with Star Citizen.
More concept art. Drawing lots of ships. Sci-fi for a long time. I've been working on fantasy for a long time, so.
So you're back to sci-fi. That's your thing.
Well, yeah. I'm kind of tired of elves and stuff. So.
Okay.
Nothing against elves. Elves are fine.
Ted Beargeon, everybody.
All right, edit that really tiny. Keep it brief. Oh, God, I hate that shit. Yes, you see? This should not be on any YouTube channel.
Good. So we're coming out of that. That was amazing, man. You're one of the all-time favorite interviews, I think, on the site.
Yeah.
It's one of your favorite things to do is be interviewed on camera, right?
It's the camera. Interviews I don't mind. Cameras I'm not thrilled about. Or microphones.
Well, if you don't like being taped, what do we talk about? Ted Beargeon. He loves being here. There's a reason Ted's here, though. He just doesn't like the cameras. We're going to show you a little bit of his artworks and give you a reason as to why we hired Ted. As you can see right here, this is a gun he made, a game they were making when he was at Vigil. It was kind of a steampunk where you find a lot of parts and pieces, build your own BFG, and you have a big battle. I don't think it ever got greenlit. THQ obviously went belly up, but that doesn't mean the team wasn't talented, and certainly you can see by that Ted was as well. The second piece of artwork there is a symbol from the Warhammer game. It's a race symbol called the Vampire Counts. No, not the one from, not Count Chocula, but the one from the Warhammer, which a lot of people know and play out there. And actually, I believe Warhammer is being made up in Behavior right now, too. So 40K, I think. So, but this is, you can also, again, see the level of detail there. You see the skull. You see how beautifully done that is. This is all Ted's artwork. He is amazingly talented, even if he's not a big fan of the camera. And of course, no discussion would be complete about what Ted's doing here without a look at some of the stuff he's doing. We were struggling for a while with the Starfarer and trying to figure out exactly what we're going to do for it and how it was going to look, and he nailed it on the first try. The Space Trucker. This is Ted's rendition of the Starfarer. He is constantly making new bits and pieces concept-wise in the game. He also does 3D. We're very lucky to have Ted. I wouldn't suspect you're going to see him on camera much again in the future. I had to almost pull his teeth to get him here, but he is an unbelievably talented artist. And, you know, we could probably hide, we use his beard as a bank. We can hide plenty of the money in there. So Ted Beargeon is no longer here. He's back working on the game, which is where he wants to be, and honestly, it's better for all of us. So I want to thank Ted for kind of joining us today. Thanks a lot to Rob for his answer on forum feedback, and of course to our master thespian Alistaire Fitzsmithy, who I think gets better every time we do this. Again, thanks a lot to subscribers and pledgers. Without subscribers, we would not have a show here, which allows us to tell you kind of an inside look at what goes on each week. And coming up next week, Mike is on vacation. Where are you going, Mike?
I'm going to New York City.
New York City! He's going to have a good time up there. He's going up to see his girlfriend's son, and they're going to have a good time, and I think he's a violinist or something, right? Yep.
That is correct.
Yep, so cool. So he's going to
You
have
are
fun.
correct, sir. Yes.
All right. As usual, I am correct. Sometimes. We have some new hires coming on, and the search for the new office. Let me give you an update. We did get the favorite spot usurped out from under us, so we're back looking for something with amenities to walk to, something that is relatively central for folks, something that is relatively inexpensive, has parking. So pretty much I'm looking for unobtainium. So if you know of anywhere with 10,000 square feet of unobtainium here in the Austin, with a big wide open space, let me know, because I've looked at about 50 spaces and we'll continue to look until we find just the right one. It's got to be the right fit. You guys have seen how we roll. All right, thanks. Join the YouTube channel so you get updates on whenever we post a video, either on the Comlink or anywhere else. You'll get the Inside Skinny and you'll get a first alert for what's going on. So join our channel. Please submit your questions in the RSI forums when we put it up each week for Wingman's Hangar episodes. Submit your questions. We may not get to all of them, but don't worry, we are paying attention. And we choose very wisely as to what we can show, what we can talk about. Sometimes we can't talk about stuff. We hope to indulge your patience on that. We will eventually get to everything. Most everything. And don't forget the after show, Wingman's Hangover, 15 minutes after the show. It's a little informal look and a little talk with the people in chat roll about what they liked about the show, what they didn't like, and what we can do better, because we are always striving to get better. So that's it. Remember, if you want your stuff featured on Wingman's Hangar, send it in. We just might use it. See you in the verse.
Data, is there any record anywhere of any occurrence even vaguely similar to this?
There is no record of any Federation vessel encountering anything remotely like this.
Indeed. I believe we have time to take a closer look, number one.
Concur.
Han Solo. I'm captain of the Millennium Falcon.
Mutiny
here tells me.
Counselor?
His emotions suggest he's mischievous, irreverent, and somewhat brazen. The word that seems to best describe him is rogue.
Yes, Greedo. As a matter of fact, I was just
Another blob fly.
Blob fly?
don't
A Klingon
have it
fly,
with me.
half the size of an Earth mosquito, with no sting, and a buzzing sound like this.
Data, you are on.
It's like a hole in space.
What do your sensors indicate?
Nothing, sir.
Nothing. It's hardly a scientific observation, Commander.
The beginning of wisdom is, I do not know. I do not know what that is, sir.
It's gone.
Data, what happened?
Unknown, sir.
Recommend we go to yellow alert, sir.
Why?
My thoughts were of an old Klingon legend of a gigantic black space creature which was said to devour entire vessels.
Basic early design, capable of sublight travel only. They were accelerating to warp 5.
We're going to make a break for it. Standard evasive maneuver.
Commander, a photon torpedo may penetrate their shield.
Use the Force, Luke.
Intensified scan shows their guidance system to be perfectly intact. His computer's on. Luke,
He's afraid.
We all are, Counselor.
Blowing that hydrogen exhaust through the Passard collector sure put on a nice light show.
You wanted to show us that we were inadequate? For the moment. I grant that. Set course for the nearest starbase.
Course laid in for Starbase 83, sir.
Engage.